Hello Eternum and welcome to KOTT News, Eternum's #1 source for news, and this is the War Report. Dynamic change in the history of Eternum last night as the forces of Soju Gang successfully beat the Bears of Brightwood and re-secure the northern hamlet. KOTT News were on the scene with a participant that wanted to give a shout out.
Definitely Smugglepus, because usually she would be on the roster, but today she was here with us as a cheerleader in the back end, and we couldn't have done it without her, for sure.
Looking at the weather for this evening, and once the sun completes another revolution around Eternum, citizens should be on the lookout for a 30% chance of corruption invasion along the coastal regions. 4 roster submissions for Simulated Fantasy Combat Resolution tonight, brought to you by LARPco. Remember, if it isn't LARPco, it's cardboard. First up, the Marauders of Unethical assail the Covenant forces of Outcasts for control of First Light and the flow of the spice. An unknown group of Marauders attempt to plunder the Cape of First Light, but will Outcast forces have time to cast them out before getting involved in 2 offenses? Outcast forces involved in all sorts of conflict tonight, starting the evening with a full roster available for the defense of the spice fields. But will their long night bring about fatigue? Then, the Marauders of 2 minutes from B-tier Dodgers attack the Syndicate members of JDB's Kitchen for control of the arid desert region of Brimstone Sands. A lot of double declares tonight, including both participants of this battle, but the Dodgers forces have the luxury of running one each way as they execute their right to rematch here in the deserts. So they have their full offensive forces available. For the kitchen staff of JDB, their attention may be divided as they respond on 2 fronts. But they've shown they can do it before. Will they show up to do it again? Meanwhile, the Covenant forces of Outcasts assault the vault of JDB's Kitchen in their attempt to steal away the island's financial capital of Windsward. Outcast forces making the unusual double offensive again tonight. This double bluff worked to secure land last time, but will anyone show up at all to fight tonight? Because this is the second of 2 defenses for JDB as well. And though it's possible rosters will be light, it's also possible that they could both be stacked. Simultaneously, the same Covenant forces of Outcasts will assail the Marauders of 2 minutes from B-tier Dodgers for control of the always contentious Restless Shore. As the night winds down for Outcasts, they'll need to make sure their team is ready for their 3rd fight and 2nd offense of the night. But will all this action be too much, even for them? The 2 minutes from B-tier Dodgers will be fighting in back-to-back action, but at least they're on both sides of a conflict, so should have the personnel for full rosters. Be sure to tune in for complete coverage and reactions from the citizens tonight at 11. Until then, this has been War Correspondent JChalant, KOTT News.